Hey there, everybody. Been a while, huh? I guess I'm getting in the habit of uploading like one video a month to this channel. Um, I don't know. I guess I'm just more into the main channel right now. I'm just getting into the habit of putting out at least one video a day or every other day. In fact, even on days like today when I don't upload anything on the main channel, I feel like I'm slacking. You know, I feel like I've gotten into the groove to the point where I'm uploading one video a day, or at least doing a live stream or a Pokemon Let's Play a day. It's like when I take a day off, I really feel like, oh man, is that going to be okay? But even on days where I'm taking off, I'm still doing stuff. So this is really just going to be me talking about a few things that happened to me today. I think enough little, not like big events or anything, like Tekking found a magic lamp and there was a genie inside and he asked for 3 wishes, but he fucked it up and everything's just back to the way it is. No, just little things that happened throughout my day I could talk about, I guess. So today I actually did film a video. Let's just start with that. I did film a video today, but it wasn't actually a video that you guys got to see. I didn't actually mention this before, but Viz Media actually contacted me over Twitter and wanted me to make a video about My Hero Academia Vigilantes. So they actually sent me a copy of Vigilantes before it was released so I could talk about it. So I made a video for them today. It wasn't the final video, though. I have another video coming out that's going to be like the final version of Vigilantes. I don't know when that'll be completely finished and everything will be uploaded. It should be by next week. Where everything should be cut and dry and done. But yeah, it was pretty cool that they asked me to do that, and then they sent me that. So that was cool to work with them. First time I've ever really worked for a big time. I mean, I've done sponsorship deals with like Amino, which by the way, there's some more of that coming up, as well as with I remember my first sponsorship deals. It was with a it was like a Dakimakura website. It was a body pillow website, and they sent me. Here's the thing: they sent me a not a body pillow, but just the cover for the body pillow, and it was Esdeath from Akame ga Kill, because of course I requested that. They had like a library of them, and I'll be honest with you, that Dakimakura one, I was looking through them, and there was a few that were like, if I remember correctly, there were a few that were straight up like nude characters. And I think there was like a Yoruichi one from Bleach, which was like straight up naked, and I'm like, I probably can't show that on YouTube, so I went with Esdeath. And but they just sent me the cover for it, and I actually had to put my own pillows in it to make the body pillow. So I don't know, I still have it. It's like buried downstairs in my closet, in my little prop trunk, because I don't know. I mean, I could, I guess, use a body pillow, but I'm not really into that whole thing, you know. I'm just not. I mean, I'm a nerd. I'm an otaku, like, through and through. Like, I'm looking at my freaking top of my dresser right now, and all it is just manga, plushies, and pop figurines. But I'm not quite to the point where I'm buying body pillows and shit. I don't know. That's a line I'm not willing to cross. But yeah, that was a sponsorship I did, and but this is just something bigger. It's just with Viz freaking Media. It's like the company that actually publishes this shit, so, or at least publishes it in America. So that's pretty cool. So that's what I did. After that, I had to go on a little shopping trip. I had to pick up some stuff today. So a few things happened to me on this shopping trip, and let me just tell you, there's an Odyssey of Tekking 101. Okay, where to start with it? Oh, okay, before I even get, I was going to talk about Barnes & Noble, but before we even get there, I want to talk about Best Buy, right? So, I'm driving to Barnes & Noble. It's like in this little outdoor mall area, but right before you get to that, there's a Best Buy off to the side, and I think I've been in Best Buy like maybe like 3 or 4 times in my entire life, because I figured it's always kind of overpriced, you know, and anything that you can get in Best Buy. Like, I'm not a super techie guy, despite the fact that my name is Tekking 101, and despite the fact I'm on YouTube, I'm really not all into like computers and stuff to the point where I'm at like Best Buy or like, you know, at the Geek Squad or something like that. My friend's actually a member of the Geek Squad. He's like one of the higher ranking members as well. But I drive by this place all the time, and I was just thinking, you know, do I need anything in there? You know, because you know, it's a very striking building, you know, big blue building with the giant yellow tag. It gets your attention. But I don't usually go in, because I'm like, anything that I need in there I could buy probably for cheaper at Walmart or online at Amazon or something. But I'm driving by the place, and I'm always like, okay, do I need anything? Could I conceivably pick up anything in there today? You know? And I thought to myself, it's like, you know what? I actually do. I needed a an HDMI extender cable because part of the charity stream I'm doing a charity live stream, if you haven't heard, for the Children's Tumor Foundation for fighting neurofibromatosis, or NF, and the charity stream is going to be held on July 7th. There'll be a big video of this on my actual, like, Tekking 101, my main channel, about a week or so before the stream, because I asked a bunch of YouTubers to help me out with this. They're going to be making videos for it, and I'm also going to tell you, like, what we're going to do, and I'm going to have some of my personal friends help out on the stream, and it's going to go for 6 hours, and it's going to be a lot of fun, but there's a lot of preparation that has to be involved here. I have to make sure to have everything ready to go, because I've never done this before, and I'm not going to be filming it here. I'm going to be filming it at another location, so I basically have to take all my computer equipment, all my mics, all my webcams, my speakers, my headphones, everything. I have to move over to this other location to film it and to do this live stream, and that's the reason I had to buy this Blue Yeti microphone the other day, and the HDMI cable, and a bunch of other stuff. I went to Five Below today and picked up just a few cheap, like, headphones, just for the sake of having them for the guests and everything. It's a lot of stuff I got to keep track of, and one of the things I needed was that there's this big monitor at the place I'm filming, except the HDMI cord is a little bit short. So I thought, all right, I could get an extender cable. Now, I saw these on Amazon, and you could pick them up there, I think, for like $7. But with shipping, it would be probably closer to like 11 or 12. So I thought, oh, okay, I'll go to Best Buy, pick up a cable just to have it, you know. The thing about Best Buy, and the people were really nice. I just walked in and asked them. I didn't even try to look around. I was just like, I need this thing. It's like, oh, sure, I'll help you out. So they showed me the cord, and I'm like, awesome. And it was $15. I'm like, it's a little bit more than you get offline, but I figured, screw it. I have it. I physically have it, because you never know. Sometimes it takes longer to get stuff over Amazon, and I'm sure it would have gotten here before the 7th, but I'm like, fuck it. At least I have it now. We're good. It's just one more thing to check off my list. I'm still waiting on a a headphone splitter, so I can just plug it into my computer, and then I can hook up like 5 different headphones at the same time. There's like a master volume, so I'm still waiting on that. And there's a bunch of other stuff. I had to buy another webcam. I had to get a USB extension cable. Actually, 2 of them. I had to get another, like, cheap microphone. I had to get just a bunch of little knickknacks and paddywhacks for this stream, just to make sure everything's going to run smoothly. But anyway, so the thing about Best Buy, though, is that I go up to the counter, and it's just one thing I'm getting. I'm just, and he goes to ring me out. And Best Buy is one of those places where they just can't ring it out and give it to you. Best Buy is one of those places. Sears is another one where, you have to fill out basically a questionnaire before you buy something. And I understand that certain businesses do it that way. I personally don't like it. I don't think anybody really does. Like, if you have a large order, okay, but I'm buying one thing. I just want to get out of here, but I just decided to expedite the process as quickly as possible. Just like, wait, what's your phone number? I'm like, okay, we're doing this. Here you go. It's like, what's your email address? I'm like, TEKKING 101. No, not the letter O, like the actual number. Oh, the number 0. Yeah, at gmail.com. What's your address? I'm like, here you go. I'm like, can you say your address again? I'm like, here you go. Do you have a P.O. box to go with that? I'm like, yeah, here it is. What town do you live in? I'm like, what state? I'm like, fucking really? You're gonna ask me what state? Like, I didn't even answer that one. I'm just like, and he's like, what state? I'm like, Pennsylvania, the one that we're currently in. I get that people might travel out of state, but when someone asks you what state and you just kind of pause and look at them like it's a very redundant question, you should probably just click that, oh, he means Pennsylvania, because that's the one we're currently in. I'm like, okay, cool. But whatever. He was a nice guy, and it didn't take that ridiculously long, and just like, sign up for our email receipts. I'm like, okay, that's great. Here's your money. Maybe like, a few minutes to check out, but it was one thing, But here's the thing. Here's the kicker. As I was walking out of Best Buy, and Best Buy is, it's not quite as like abrasive as other places I've been in, like a Mac store or something, where you walk in and you're like barraged by like a bunch of different sales clerks at once, like, "Hi, do you need help finding anything today?" I'm like, "No, like if I needed help, I'll ask you." I don't like stores that do that, and I don't really do that at work very much because I find it annoying. I find it very abrasive. I feel like if the customer really wants to find something quick, he'll just come up to me and ask for it. There are a few times at work where people will just kind of walk in, stand in the middle of the store, and just... Where the fuck is the freaking batteries? And I see that, I'm like, okay, he probably needs some help. "What do you need, sir?" "I need to find the batteries." Literally right in front of you. "Oh, if it was a snake, it would have bit me." I've heard that so many times. "If it was a snake, it would have bit me. Right there." Okay, well anyway, here's the thing. I turned to walk out of the Best Buy, and there's like a little rack of candy and stuff, next to the registers. And it looked very untouched, because nobody comes into Best Buy to buy a Hershey bar or candy. People go into Best Buy to buy computer equipment or a television or something. I'm sure maybe a few people up at the register are like, "You know what, I could go for a Snickers right about now," but I would assume most people just buy, whatever. So I'm walking out, and I see this little rack of candy and shit, and there's like Slim Jims on the side, and I start thinking to myself, like, I wonder if somebody walked into the Best Buy and just didn't buy any kind of, electronic equipment at all. They just walked into the Best Buy, it's like, "Oh, you have Slim Jims," grabbed a Slim Jim and just threw it on the counter, and the Geek Squad member's there, and he's like, "Is that everything for you today?" He's like, "Yep, I just really needed a Slim Jim today, sir. Thank God you had them." I'm like, "Would you like to take a look at any of our other products?" Nope. I'm not one for electronics. I just want this Slim Jim." I wonder if he would have to go through the whole, like, "All right, sir, what's your address? What's your phone number? What's your state? What's your hometown? What's your favorite color? What's your astrological sign?" No, son, I'm just buying the Slim Jim here. Here's the $1. I should do that sometime. I should walk into a freaking Best Buy or some sort of specialty store, Like, I should walk into, like, there was a Bed Bath & Beyond, like, right next to it. I should walk into the Bed Bath & Beyond and just, it's like, "Do you have M&Ms?" I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Awesome, I'll take those." Okay. So, I'm sorry it took me so long, because the main point of this story is something kind of interesting. It involves a hot girl. I don't know why I waited this long to tell you, but I wanted to tell you the main point. But that was the Best Buy story. Okay, so now I go to Barnes & Noble to get some, what do you get at Barnes & Noble? Books, yeah. You pick up some manga, whatever. I have a stack over here I got today. And, Barnes & Noble, it's kind of a little bit out of the way. It's like a 30-40 minute drive out of the way. So I usually go there like once a month. I got I usually try to diversify. I usually get some books about like my personal interests, like space, manga, obviously, new volume of My Hero Academia. I also got volume 8 just because I had volume 7 and I had volume 9, so it just bugged me I didn't have 8. Let's see, that's just some Shakespeare. This is Dracula. No, this is The Jungle. This is Dracula. I own Frankenstein. I never owned Dracula. I was like, I never fucking owned Dracula. I gotta buy Dracula. This was like a $5 thing. And then this is The Jungle by Upton Sinclair, which is a very interesting book on the meatpacking industry and how like Theodore Roosevelt led to reform of like meatpacking plants and stuff, so people don't die when they eat food that's canned and stuff. But that's not the point of this. So I go in, and I always, whenever I go into Barnes & Noble, I always have this fantasy, this hope, so to speak, that maybe I'm gonna walk into the manga aisle, and I'll see an attractive girl there reading some manga, and I could strike up a conversation, and it's true love, and we end up getting married, and it's like we met at the Barnes & Noble in the manga section. I think, now that's not just me, I'm sure a lot of nerds have that exact same fantasy sometimes. I don't go overboard with it, but every time I walk into the Barnes & Noble, I'm thinking, maybe it's possible. I go into the manga, maybe. It's usually just a bunch of sweaty guys in there, but maybe. So I walk in, and I go into the manga aisle, and sure enough, there was nobody in there but one sweaty guy reading, I think he was reading Monster, actually, which is okay. But anyway, I go in, and I look through the manga section, and I see the My Hero Academia, and I'm like, okay, I'll pick that up. And then I go out of that aisle, and I go to other parts of the store, and I'm just looking around, I'm just browsing. Usually the history section, and then the sections on, like, astrophysics and stuff I enjoy. But right before I left, I decided, what, I'm going to go back into the manga section, and maybe look around, see if I missed anything else catches my eye, I'll pick up. So I go back in, I go to, walk back into the manga aisle, and to give you an idea of how it's set up, let's say the aisle is here going into it, and I'm on this side, and I just kind of walk around the corner here, and right as I'm walking into this aisle, into the corner, right on the edge of it, there's a woman. Like, I almost walked into her, because I'm, like, walking around the corner, and she was, like, right at the edge of the aisle. And so I almost bumped into her when I was turning into this aisle. And I saw her, and it was, like, she was incredibly hot. Like, like, blonde hair, tied back in a ponytail, jeans, black t-shirt, but big boobs. Okay, it's the first thing I notice. I'm a pervert, whatever. I like big tits. That's the first thing I noticed, okay? Glasses, too. So glasses, blonde hair, ponytail, big boobs. And she's looking at manga. And not only that, but I was just in this section, and I couldn't tell, like, the specific book she was looking at, but that one shelf that she was looking at, the only manga that it could conceivably have been that she could have been looking at was My Hero Academia on the one shelf, or the shelf right above it, which was Monster Musume. Because the way she was looking at it, that's the only two that it could have possibly been. Now, either way, I'm fine with that, like, hey, you're a fan of My Hero Academia? Hey, man, I talk all about, just did a Tokoyami video the other day. Who's your favorite character? Trying to cough there. Sorry. Like, who's your favorite character? You read the manga? I mean, obviously you do, but do you read the current manga? Ha ha ha. We could talk about that. Or, hey, if you're into Monster Musume, I mean, that's a little bit weird, but I'm weird too. I'm into it. Who do you think is best girl? I'm a Racnera fan myself, but Mero has been warming up to me in recent chapters. So I want you just to I kind of entered bullet time, or matrix time, because for one thing, when I almost bumped into this woman, as I stated, but I don't think she saw me, because you're focused on looking at books and stuff and trying to find something. She didn't really notice me almost, like, bump into her. I didn't actually, like, oh no, I just, like, oh. Okay, but here's what happened, alright? Here's what happened, okay? I kind of entered bullet time, where I turned the corner, and I saw a cute girl with big boobs reading manga. So my brain immediately does, like, a scan of, like, the entire scenario. Just like, okay, oh wow, yeah, she's cute. I just do a quick, like, eye pass, and then I'm like, okay, okay, Matt, alright. Don't fuck this up, alright? Don't fuck it up. What are you gonna do? Okay, here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna walk into the aisle and a little bit down from her, and you're gonna look at manga, and then you're gonna, glance over to see what she's looking at, and then you're gonna make a comment on what she likes. And that's all you're gonna do. That's all you're gonna do. If she's, like, interested, if she's interested, she'll talk to you. All right? Don't go up to her and just be like, "Oh, My Hero Academia, huh? Who's your favorite character?" I just be like, "Oh, you like that series or something?" Or I was like, "Oh, I just bought some of that myself." Whatever. If she's interested in talking to you, she'll do it. And all of this idea, this plan, just flashed into my head within the span of, like, 10 seconds. All those things were going even quicker than that, like 5 seconds. All of it was flowing in my head. I was formulating a strategy. So I went to go walk behind her so I could, walk further down the aisle, because you can't just stand there, like, gawking at a girl for longer than a few seconds, because she hadn't noticed me, but she would have. So, like, all this stuff is flown through my head, and I walk behind her, and that's when I realize that there was somebody else in the aisle. That there was another person in the aisle. And it was a guy, and he was looking at me, and it was seemed to be a rather muscular young man, maybe about my age, maybe a little older, and he was looking at me with this kind of expression. This was her boyfriend. And I'm like, and I realized this also right away. And I play it cool. I just, after realizing that, oh shit. Okay. He gave me this look, guys, like, because keep in mind, he saw, because she was busy looking at the shelf. This guy, I assume he would have saw me, and he sees me kind of like eyeing up his girlfriend, and he's giving me he doesn't say it, but he just kind of gives me the expression of, you say one word to her, and I'm flooring your ass. That's the expression that he gave me, because I think he saw me kind of like, oh, kind of look at her over and kind of smile and kind of formulate the plan in my head, and he just kind of looked at me and is like, don't you fucking do it. It's my girlfriend you're looking at. I'm like, okay. And there was that maybe he didn't actually think that or whatever, but that's what I took away from the circumstance. So I immediately just kind of glanced at the wall. I was like, no, I'm looking at Black Butler, Bleach, I'm just, a new chapter of Black Clover's out, let me look at that. And they walk out of the aisle together, and I'm just there in the aisle by myself now, and I'm just like, really? every freaking time. And so that happened. That was fun. That was funny. It's just like oh my god, girl, manga, okay, possible and you have a boyfriend. Of course, I didn't consider that possibility. Shit, okay, but yeah, she was really cute. It was all right. There was another couple in there that were together, and they were Barnes & Noble. You can also pick up a lot of merchandise and stuff, and they have a lot of Harry Potter merch as of late. And one of the things they had was the Sorting Hat, like a full size Sorting Hat. So this other girl put it on, and I kind of saw her, and I kind of snickered, and I was like, Slytherin. And then she turned, and then her and her boyfriend laughed, and we had a little discussion about Harry Potter. So that was fun. There was another guy later on in the manga aisle who was reading Kingdom, and I talked about that a little bit with him. So yeah, no, that was fun. I got my books, and I walked out. And that was the story. that was the story. Yeah. So after that, not really much else about that. I had to go to Walmart after all of this to pick up a bunch of tape, because I'm going to be doing Sero's video for the next My Hero Academia Class 1A discussion. So I bought 12 rolls of different tape. I bought duct tape, masking tape, electrical tape, scotch tape, double-sided tape, flex tape. I just sawed this boat in half! And so there's going to be a parody of that in the next video. I'm also, if you guys have any ideas for this, feel free to let me know. But I'm looking into... You know how I like to do the cosplay when I do the video? Like I wore the Tokoyami mask in Tokoyami's video. I'm trying to figure out a way to get Sero's elbows. Because Sero has basically two things on his side. And I thought about the obvious thing I thought about is just taking 2 rolls of tape, electrical tape or something, and then just attaching them to either side of my elbow and then just taping them up. But the problem is it's going to be very noticeable because Sero's is flesh colored, so I would need I guess I would have to find a small roll of electrical tape and then flesh colored tape to wrap it around. But if anyone has better ideas, because I would also, here's the problem, I also need fluidity of movement, something that doesn't restrict my arm movements too much, and that's the problem I'm having here. The Tokoyami mask took me less than an hour to make. Less than a half an hour, actually. It was really simple. But the elbow thing, that's really throwing me for a loop. If I can't figure it out, I'm just not gonna do it. But, So I had to go to Walmart to do that. I get out of my car at Walmart in the parking lot, and I'm walking in, and I look down on the ground, and I see a pack of cigarettes just lying on the ground. But there was money in it. There was money slipped into the side of a pack of Newports. So I go over and pick it up, and it's a full box of full carton of cigarettes. One cigarette was taken out of it, and then in the little plastic sleeve there was $17 in cash. And so I'm like, oh, lucky day. So I don't smoke, but I know cigarettes are rather expensive, and I thought, well, I mean, I feel like just a waste if I leave them on the ground. I didn't smoke them, but I took the money out, and next to Walmart, there's a little pavilion, like a little gazebo where all the smokers are out there, all the employees that smoke are out there chilling out, and one of my friends, Jim, he works at Walmart, he was there smoking with his buddies, so I just walked up to the gazebo and just, hey guys, I found this almost full pack of Newports just sitting in the parking lot, so I don't smoke, here you go. And they're like, oh, thanks, Matt. I'm like, yeah, no problem. And so there you go. And then I took the money. So that's what I did today. And I used it to buy tape. Lots and lots, copious amounts of tape. But yeah, that was pretty much the last thing of interest I did today. Just went home and I worked on some other stuff for the stream, getting some video stuff, some intros, because I'm going to be making some videos for the stream as well as with other people doing stuff for it. So hope you tune in for that, July 7th. Once again, there'll be an actual proper announcement video about a week before. I also am going to give a full list of everybody that's going to have their stuff ready to go, because I haven't received everybody's videos yet. I've only gotten like 2 yet, but the deadline was like the end of the month, so there's still time. Anyway, yeah, that's everything. That's a vlog, right? Yeah, I made this channel to vlog, and here I am vlogging, so hope you guys have a good night. Signing out. Later.